Okay. So here's a general equation. Um, this is your x value. That's your y value of the center. So your center is going to be at h comma k. And then your radius is going to be um, well, like if you're in a circle, and I'll put this on a coordinate system. Um, so let's say that my center is at 5 comma 6. I think that's where I put that. And my radius is 4. And I want to write the equation for the circle. This is my h, that's my k. And so I would write it like this. X minus 5 squared plus y minus 6 squared, and then that'd be equal to 16. So it's pretty kind of straightforward. One of the things that you will get that makes it a little harder is if you're given an equation for it, and it's like a general equation, you have to complete the square to figure out what the answer is. Do you remember how to complete the square from last year?
Does that involve like?
Let me get one from my software that we can actually do together.
Okay.
I guess it has to be using equations. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do something that looks like that. So let's see if I can remember what it says. X squared plus 4x minus 4y minus y squared plus 1. Oh, I knew I was going to remember all that. I think I copied that right. Okay, so I guess I'll teach you how to complete the square. The first thing that we have to do is we have to get everything that has an X and a Y on one side of the equal sign. So this stuff is going to stay. And then I'm going to put in a blank, because that blank is the number that I'm going to use to complete the square for it. And then I'm going to write plus, and then I'm going to bring these two values over. And then I'm going to put a blank there, and then I'm going to set that all equal to 1. In order to complete the square, I have to make this a perfect trinomial. So the way you do that is you take this number, you divide it by 2, and then you square it. So what would that be?
4.
So that number goes there, so I have to add 4 over to this side too. And then, hold on a second, it's my call. Hello?
Hey, it's Caleb over at CarMax. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Hey, so the noise that you're hearing up front, it's kind of like almost like a rubbing.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that you saw, a technician looked at it, everything like wheel bearings, suspension, axle, all that looks okay up there. He heard the tire noise, brought it back there. The tires have some choppiness on the edges to them, which that could contribute. But that left rear tire was also fairly low, and so it was roaring pretty bad. So both tires on that left side were making quite a bit of noise.
Okay.
But really, I mean, the choppiness in the tire, there's being at that, there's some like abnormal edge wear. There's really no way to get rid of that other than to replace the tire. Which, you know, looking at it right now, I would assume we need to replace the tire. But that's where the noise is coming from. That's all I can hear right now.
Okay, great. Well, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something that was like a safety issue.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and oil change is done, so it's all ready to roll for you whenever you'd like to pick it up.
Okay. I'll come by and get it tomorrow because I'm actually at work right now. But I'll swing by in the morning. What time do you guys open up?
7:30.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks.
All right. Bye. Sweet. Works for me. Anyway, so that's all going to be recorded. So I'm going to put 4 here. I'll put 4 there. And now this is a perfect square trinomial. So I'm going to write it in parentheses. So I take the square root of that. I take the square root of that. And then I take the same sign in the middle. Okay. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other one.
What do you mean the same time in the middle?
You see that sign right there?
Yeah.
So whatever your middle term sign has,
Yeah.
that's going to be the sign there.
Okay.
That's what that means. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one. I guess I should make that a Y. And then I add these up. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. So that means that my center is at -2, comma, -2. Because if you remember the general, you actually have it.
Yeah. It's like so.
It's always the opposite
Yeah.
of what's in the
That's
parentheses.
what I picked up. So we're kind of just.
And then your radius is just the square root of that number. So your radius would be 3. And so you could draw the circle doing that.
Square root? So it's not squared.
Well, this number, 9, is equal to r squared. So in order to find out what your actual radius is,
Yeah, square root.
you have to take the square root of that. Because you have the square root of both sides. So that would be 3. That's how I got the 3. And so if I'm drawing this, the center of my circle is going to be there. And then my radius is 3. So I go 3 to the left. I go 3 up. I go 3 this direction. And then I go 3 down. And then I just connect the dots. And that's a horrible circle, but I tried. So that's how you do that. So what I want you to do, because that's going to be like the hardest thing that in your class you're going to have to do, is actually learn how to complete the square.
I think I had done it before last year, but I just don't remember. Has it anything to do with like figuring out?
Like figuring out quadratic equations.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. My brain is processing slow today too.
We had to do like 4 different ways to find a quadratic, and completing the square was one of them.
Right. It's one of the techniques. And a lot of people, because you haven't done it in over a year, most people forget how to do that. So you're going to be an advantage. So you're actually going to practice it now. So let me give you another one to do. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, so y squared plus 2y minus x squared plus 15. Okay, step 1 would be what?
Move all the x's and y's to the same side.
Okay,
Variables.
so we're going to move this one. So tell me what to rewrite.
Y squared plus 2y minus x squared.
When I bring the minus x squared,
Just the x.
so it's just x squared. You'll notice that that's the only x term that you have.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do anything to it. We're just going to leave it that way because it's already a perfect square.
What would you have done if it wasn't?
We would do the exact. We would do the same stuff that I'm about to do to this one.
Okay.
Okay. So I take the middle term, which is 2. You divide it by 2, and then you square the answer. So that's equal to what?
1.
Since I put a 1 there, I have to put a 1 there. And now I'm going to make this a binomial. Do you remember how to write the binomial?
Did you just keep it as it is? Cause
No. Okay, now remember what I'm doing here. You take this thing, you take the square root of it. What's the square root of that?
oh, just y. Oh yes, y.
You take the sign that's in the middle, and then you take the square root of that, which is, and then you just write square out there.
Okay.
And then
That doesn't look familiar at all. It's
That-
kind of weird.
that doesn't look familiar at all.
Nah.
That's exactly what we just did with the last one.
Maybe it just looks completely different.
Okay. Don't worry about it. You'll get the hang of it before I leave today. Because I'm going to make you do this all yourself. Then I'm going to add these two things together. Okay. Now I need to figure out what my h and my k are. So h is the number that goes with the x. So what number is added to this x here?
It would just be 1.
What number can you add to a number and get the number back?
0.
0. So that's going to be 0 because you don't have a term there.
Okay.
Okay.
And then that's negative 1.
And then this is negative 1. So that's where your center is. And then what's your radius?
4.
I'm not going to bother to draw it because that was
Yeah.
horrible last time. All right, so let's do it again. Okay. I wish I could just copy and paste that in. Okay, negative 2y minus y squared minus x minus 9 plus 6x.
Do you want me to just take a picture and then you can...
Actually, you can just write it down there.
Yeah, it's even better.
Okay. All right, read it back to me.
0 equals negative 2y minus y squared minus x squared. I don't have a equal sign. I'm guessing it's here.
A what?
So-
No, it's just
Oh,
minus
there it is.
9.
Oops.
It's just minus.
all the way back here. Minus 9 plus 6x. That's right after the 0.
That's right. Okay. So we have to make sure that these two terms are positive, right? So we're going to move everything that way. So move everything that way. Tell me what to write.
On the 0 side of the.
Yeah, everything has to be moved to the 0 side except for the 9. The 9 is the only thing that's going to stay behind.
Oh, so it will just be x squared. And then plus y squared plus 2y.
I'm doing this on purpose because I'm trying to gather those things together.
Okay.
Is there another x term that has to go with that one?
Oh yeah. Minus 6. Yeah, 6x.
And then I'm going to put a blank there, and then I'm going to put a plus sign and a blank there, and then I'm going to say that's all equal to -9.
Is it always gonna be addition?
It's always going to be addition. When you're doing circles, that always happens. Both your y term and your y squared term and your x squared term are both going to be plus. That's what makes it a circle.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go into the whole conics thing because you're going to learn that in algebra 2. But yeah, those are always going to be plus. Okay, so now complete the square for me.
Should I write this out?
You can write it out or you can do it in your head. Either way, doesn't matter to me. And I actually want you to write it out this time so you process it.
I've completely forgotten.
Okay, so you take the middle term.
Yeah, which was subtraction.
Minus 6. You divide it by 2. So do it on your. Okay.
3.
And then you're going to square the whole thing. So that becomes 9 up there.
Yeah.
When you put a 9 there, where else does the 9 go?
On the other side.
Okay, now do the exact same thing to the other one. One there, one there. All right. Now I'm going to erase this. Okay. Now, do you remember the process to make these binomials? So I want you to do it this time.
So it would just be x.
You get a little piece of information from each one of the terms. So you already got your piece of information from that one. What do you get from the middle term?
-6.
There's only thing that's important about that. The 6 is not important.
Oh, so it'd just be the x.
It's just the sign.
Oh.
It's just the sign. So write it out because I want you to write it this time.
It'll be -3, right?
Mm-hmm. And then what do you put here?
Square.
Okay. Do the exact same thing to the other one. There's a plus sign in between the two. So put a plus sign there. Okay. Good. And then simplify all this stuff.
It'll just be 1. Yeah.
Yeah, equals 1. Okay, now tell me where the center is.
-3. -1.
Right. And what's the radius?
Just 1.
Good. All right, let me redo these questions.
Eraser once. I'll just
Uh-oh.
I can just get a paper towel.
Yeah, just grab a paper towel because I don't have one in the back. All right. All right, try the first one for me. Okay, let me rewrite it here.
3 plus y squared equals 4x minus x squared plus 4y. So just move or subtract y squared from the left side.
Okay, your y squared term has to be positive, right?
Oh,
So that means that this has to move, that has
That's
to move, and that has to move. And then this 3 would be on the wrong side too. So you're going to have to reorganize all of this stuff. What one thing did you forget to write that I've been writing each and every time? Get in the habit of doing that.
Okay.
So you can save yourself some space. That's all. Okay. Y squared. Good. Minus 4y. What else did you forget again? Good. Negative 3.
I think I might be skipping a step, but yeah.
Concentrate on the middle term and complete the square. Do you remember what we did before?
No, we got it divided by 2.
Yeah.
So it would be negative 4 divided by 2.
It'd be negative 4 divided by 2.
And it's, which would be 4.
Where else does that 4 go? Before
On the other side. It would be the same thing here.
Okay. All right, now what? Good. Good. Tell me where the center is.
2, 2,
And your radius?
25.
No.
Oh, yeah, square root of 5.
Square root of 5. And that is a valid answer, too. Sometimes you're going to get numbers that are really, really funky, so you have to be prepared for that. It's not always going to work out.
Do you have to, like, graph it in most instances?
Yeah. You might have to graph that. So you just stick it in your calculator and get a decimal value for it. I'm not sure what your teacher's actually going to ask you to do with it, but yeah, sometimes you actually have to graph that. So you just stick it in the calculator. Let me give you another one. Scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling about completing the square? I need to know where you are right now.
Oh, just completing the square, or
Yeah.
just that whole process?
The whole process.
Oh, well, I think just the main part of it, just being able to remember what steps
Okay.
go through and how to do those steps. If I just get that down, then I'll feel really comfortable with it.
Okay, let's do it a couple more times then. Go ahead and do number 2. And you know you're going to have access to this video too, so you could always go back and rewatch it too. Try the question out and then watch the video to see if you got the right answer. Or if you get stuck, then you can like fast forward to that point just to remind you what to do.
So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to flip everything.
Yeah, give it to me again.
13 equals negative y squared minus x squared plus 2y minus 8x.
Yeah, everything's gonna have to flip.
Oops. So someone's calling me.
Is it dying?
No, someone's calling me and I have no idea who it is. It's from Richmond though. Hello? Red Stargel. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. Just like check out inventory and probably just get something then. I play volleyball and basketball, but not for James River basketball. Yeah. Yeah. I could meet after school. I mean, yeah, that'd probably be better. Uh, yeah, either of those days would be good. I'm a freshman, so but I drive my brother drives a Mustang. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Where should we meet? At the football stadium? Okay, that sounds good. Should I bring the certificate? Okay. No, it's yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay. All right, sounds good. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I've
You
been
being
trying to-
recruited or something?
No, I've been trying to get in contact with those people. I got a certificate for selling a bunch of tickets for volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a $75 certificate. So we have to meet and go to like the shed near the football, like get all the cool stuff. So
Cool. Well, get your stuff, man. I'm not I'm not hating on you. All right.
So the binomial. Square that. Square this whole thing. Oh, you keep the 1, right?
Right. You did that part right. Okay. I'll do the other one.
Okay.
No. You take the square root of that.
Keep on forgetting about that. That's just square. Good. So the center would be 1, -4. Other way around. But yeah, so -4 would be x and then 1.
-4, 1. Mm-hmm. And your radius is 2. All right. One more time. Number 4. Okay.
6y plus y squared equals -2x minus x squared. So would you set it equal to 0 on one side?
Yeah.
Right. Forgot that part last time again.
You edit it in, just as long as you give yourself some space. That's all I really care about. Good. Not having any problem with completing the square. That's good.
Are you adding these two? Like, should I be putting in just
Yes, you put a plus sign in between the two things.
square root? Should I just be putting square root of 6?
It's the last term. Square root of 9.
I wasn't saying the 9. Because I didn't put additions on it.
Okay, you forgot to do something.
Oh,
We need to put the 1 here and the 9 there. Sorry. Right. So it's -1, -3, and the radius is equal to the square root of 10. Do we need to go through that again?
No.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, just go back and watch the video on this. I'm going to start doing something else. So let me